Hello, Steve White 89. Well, it's the night before Halloween, and I just watched The Night Before Halloween. It's a little sci-fi horror movie which came out a long time ago, like a decade or so ago. I thought it was going to be more about Halloween, and it's not. It starts off with no real clues of what kind of film it's going to be, with a couple of kids going to one kid's parents' house. The parents are away, and then they get in and they find they're being stalked. And it turns out to be a prank, but it's not really a prank because what's happened is one of the kids has somehow stumbled into a curse where he has to kill someone or he'll be killed. And he's engaged with some sort of entity, and they basically try to kill one of the friends. One of the girls hits her head or is hit in the head, and she's in a coma. They leave her in a car park and call the hospital, and she gets picked up, and they kind of get away with it. The next year she's still in a coma, but they have to kill someone to save themselves from being killed. So they are running from this entity because it tries to kill the kid who was trying to kill them because he tricked his other friend. There were two boys who basically were doing a trick on the girls. And he gets swarmed by flies in his car. And this entity seems to be made up of flies and black flies. And it only really manifests itself a couple of times at the start. And you're not really sure what's happening at the start of the film. You see the flies fill up the car when this kid is chasing the other kids because he doesn't want them to take the body to the hospital because he I guess he wants her to die because then he escapes the curse but she doesn't. So they kind of get an extra year, I think is what happens, because she's dead but she's not dead. So the next year he comes back, tries to stop them again, he ends up being killed. They all get killed one by one basically. So what started off looking like I Know What You Did Last Summer turns into some weird, almost feels like Final Destination in a way, but it's like a monster but you don't really see it, but it's really just flies. And yeah, it ends up the next day they're still being hunted. They go through the hospital. One of them, it's okay. My issue with it, it's not that it's a bad film. It's actually quite well done for like a TV sci-fi movie, like literally Sci-Fi Channel. But it really has nothing to do with Halloween except that it happens on Halloween. There's a lot of Halloween films where it just happens on Halloween. They don't play with the legends or anything specific to Halloween. So I'm having trouble finding Halloween films other than the Halloween films to watch on Halloween. Not that I have much time, but like I said, I'd like to watch stuff on Halloween Eve because I normally start watching the Halloween films around midnight because the first 16, 17 or 11 minutes, depending on which version of Halloween you watch, happen on Halloween night 1963, I think, and Halloween Eve the night before it's like 11 minutes in or 15 minutes in, depending on which version you watch, the TV version or the movie version, when the Halloween night actually starts, and it's actually set on Halloween night. So I usually start at a bit before 11, then technically, a bit before 12, and then technically it's Halloween night, technically Halloween day, because it's like after midnight. And then I get through the first 3 or 5 or 6 films, and then I watch the later films and the alternate sequel trilogy on the actual Halloween night, usually starting from 4, but it just depends on where I finish off. But yeah, it was okay, but it's not Halloweeny enough. I wouldn't watch it again on Halloween. Trick or Treat is much better, and there's another really bad film called Sam Hain, but I think there's about 10 versions of this film because I was googling it. I'm not even sure if I found the one I watched, but it's a pretty bad like fan film, and it starts off okay, but it's just really badly made. There's like whole just minute-long scenes of nothing happening and shots that go out of focus and they keep going with the shot because apparently they didn't do another shot in focus. It's just really bad. So not the best luck tonight with finding Halloween-themed Halloween films to watch before my Halloween marathon. But not a bad film in itself. The effects with the flies were well done. The entity was sufficiently scary. It sort of hunts as a cloud of flies, but you see at certain points it actually take form, like it's got hands and claws. So it's okay. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of The Night Before Halloween. It's an old Sci-Fi Channel. It's on a Sci-Fi Channel movie. It's on YouTube. What was last time I looked when I watched it? It's probably still there. But yeah, it's 5 minutes. I'm going to stop talking. It's not Halloweeny enough to really warrant a Halloween review. But if it saves someone else watching it and making the same mistake, I've helped, improve one person's life.